So we're back at it again with the draft after a short break and short disruption here in the setup at Lol Park. We talk we talk about the drafts now. So we see Kamatam Kench being banned away by Brian. So first of all, support bans against Karamp. Second of all, in general, bans that work against hyper carry comps. And then obviously we see Fakers Lee Sin being banned. What a time is this to be alive. Fakers Lee Sin. Phew. Mid lane Lee Sin. My god. So yeah. Browns bans. Yeah. They use the advantage of the blue side, right? They don't have to ban the OP picks of the patch like Gwen and Viego also. Not really too OP, but many fear his power. T1, they also don't care. They ban the Renekton that they really want to avoid. I mean, they ban it on blue side and red side. It's just a pick they don't want to deal with, and I think that's okay. I mean, hell, you don't really need like one ban in this current patch. Is not really an issue. The others two, obviously Lucian a flex pick. Hoya and Lava have played him in the past, and especially Lava, I think, really accustomed to the pick. And Henna's Kalista, I mean, not really sure about this ban. Maybe it's something from scrims, maybe something from solo queue, but I guess it doesn't matter. Like the gap in the players is just too huge. We see an Akali first pick though. That's quite something. Akali is certainly a very powerful champion even at this current point, but she is not really a blind pickable option. Even though, yes, she can go in the top lane and the mid lane. If the enemy team is drafting around it, the pick obviously can fall on her face, which, wouldn't really make all that sense for a first pick champion, right? A first pick champion is a pick that used to be universally good, right? Something that can deal with potentially 5 counter picks. We see Teddy's Ezreal come in. Now this is going to be a treat to watch. Obviously a huge Ezreal player at the moment. Then also we see Fakers Twisted Fate. So Twisted Fate, a champion that has been hovering around the meta for quite a while. We have seen it hovered here and played a bit at MSI. Certainly a pick that can do quite a lot. Obviously lacking a bit in the DPS department for the AP role. So AP junglers might come in, and with Jace as an AD top laner, who knows? So AP junglers like Rumble, Nidalee, Morgana might come in at this point. So let's see here. On the other side, Varus Nocturne, continuing with the AD burst here. Right, Lethality Varus and Nocturne. Maybe Varus against Ezreal, with the current Ezreal build going a bit more tanky and stacking armor, especially with the Frozen Heart. We probably won't see a Lethality Varus, maybe not. The other targets are still quite squishy, so the damage would be relevant. In the 1v1 and the bot lane though, it would be not that amazing. But Akali Nocturne Ultimate obviously helps Akali quite a lot. Decreases the coordination overall in T1 side here. And the ban phase, the Rumble and the Volibear. Volibear obviously also has a tiny bit of AP damage, right? There is the Zonia's bear, the golden bear, right? Where he builds a bit of AP. So that would be something here for the bit AP damage here on T1 side. Rumble obviously would be the DPS mentioned before. On the other side, Thresh being banned here again. Thresh wasn't enough to stop T1's rampage, but we saw quite often that the Lantern was able to save a few of Brian's members. So yeah, that's something they just get rid of, right? And with the Tahm Kench banned and the Thresh being banned, Varus really lacks a defensive support of the easy way, right? Tankenge and Thresh are an easy way out for Varus mispositioning. Braum here being elected, not really able to do all that much if Varus really gets caught. So this takes a bit of the power away from Varus here. Let's pause here for the second. We see Leona come in for Carrier. Really likes the pick. Gets banned against him quite decently from time to time. But this time we're going to see it with the Ezreal. Obviously that's a lot of level 2 strength. And overall a fine laning phase, right? They have multiple nodes. They can fit in. But usually here against Varus we expect them to take a bit of a backseat. Even though Ezreal can farm from range. They're also quite safe under turret. So there's nothing really going on too much in the bot lane. Udyr Braum here doing the rotation. Braum, as I mentioned with Varus, okay, but not the best defensive option as they are banned. But people are going to sleep on Braum here in this matchup. Ezreal Twisted Face Jace, so there are a lot of projectiles that can be blocked with his E. Udyr here also as a frontline bruiserish champion that can be there engaged with Braum by his side. Not perfect, but considering what is really left from the meta pool of the junglers, obviously Udyr sticks out here. And Umti played a lot of Udyr in spring after he came into the meta, so he's also accustomed to the pick, like nearly all junglers are, to be honest. Into a blind jungler here, Udyr is usually fine, doesn't really have too many weaknesses in the 1v1 department. And then obviously here, as I mentioned, an AP jungler is most likely to come in. And I mentioned the Nidalee. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Gragas as well, but AP Gragas jungle, not really where it's at. And Kaz himself said the best Gragas in his team would be Carrier. But I mean, regardless, Nidalee offering the AP damage here and getting in more poke. So poke comps really have the disadvantage of lacking a front line, so they have Leona here circumventing that a bit, and Ezreal with his tankier build also a bit safer. And then they also face the issue of being engaged quite hardly, but Bro doesn't really have that much of traditional hard engage, right? It's not a Malphite ult or anything of that light, but an Akali against a team that doesn't really have all that much CC. Yes, Gold Card and Leona, but that's it. Jace Hammer form, nothing really substantial. Varus with Brawler's Claw into into his ultimate, into Chains of Corruption, yes. Nocturne, obviously, straight access in the backline. Udyr and Braum. Braum, more follow-up. But Udyr going straight in. So, Bro, they have unique tools of engage in this case here. Not the easiest, right? Not the straightforward ones. But they certainly have a way to get into T1's comp. Into the backline, which is nearly all that comp, right? So, Bro does have means to circumvent a complete slaughter here from range, and also Varus poking a bit back. So yeah, it will be interesting because now T1 has the more difficult comp to play in the standard sense, but it's not a huge gap in difficulty. And looking at like player comfort, right? Umti gets something he likes to play. We have to see Nocturne or Akali going into either top or mid. I feel it would really make that much of a difference. I think they might put Nocturne into top lane against Jace so that Akali can be a bit better in the game, right? Getting a bit more farm against the Twisted Fate, who can't really do all that much. That would be my guess. But there are also the advantages of having Nocturne in the mid lane because of his ultimate, right? Being able to reach the map and matching Twisted Fate, right? Then, yeah, Delight and Braum, I think that's not really something that he has played a lot of, but Henna gets his Varus again. So there is some comfort here on Bro's side, but not too much. On the other side, Ezreal gets... Teddy gets Ezreal, and yeah, that's a lot of comfort. Mentioned his solo queue account that is named after the Mystic Shot ability of Ezreal. Faker comfort, right? It's like, yeah, he plays every champion to a great degree, and Twisted Fate is certainly someone he has played a lot of in the past, so that's nothing new for him. Cast and Nidalee played it a bit in his long career, but obviously, yeah, let's see if there are any swaps here. Okay, so Nocturne goes into the mid lane, and Hoya again has to suffer a bit here against the Jace. So that's at least something interesting. So the decision to yeah, sacrifice Hoya comes in again for Bro. I mean, I think the Akali pick is a bit more valuable for them than the Nocturne, so I think they should have sacrificed the Nocturne. But again, as I mentioned, there are some benefits of having Nocturne in mid. Yeah, so overall, I would give the draft edge here to T1 because of their players, right? I think they are able to play these champions to the degree needed. And Bro, they have tools to circumvent and push against T1's theme of their comp, but it's not the not the easy, not the straightforward ways. So they need to do a bit more than needed, right? And I don't think they have it in them after the first game, which was a 40-minute slaughter. Not words we usually associate with each other, right? But I think these younger players could be a bit tilted. Yes, Umti and Lava are veterans in their own sense, but the others, not really too sure about their performance coming into this one. So yeah, I hope, yeah, this is it for this series. I hope T1 is able to finish it 2-0. I mean, it's quite likely, right? No one really expects Bro to really pack a punch here. I mean, yes, they beat T1 the last time they met in spring, but that was a whole nother issue. But yeah, then again, I hope we see each other on Sunday the next time. Till then, wish you all a great day. If you like the content so far, by the way, please consider giving it a like and maybe subscribe to the channel to see more draft reviews of T1. And maybe if you have other series that I should review or talk about, yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. I'm sure to answer quickly. And yeah, we will see each other then.